I'm going to put two video links on the bottom, and I want you guys to check out these video links. Now, one of the video links I posted on Facebook, and I wrote a caption that says, "This is probably why Joel Osteen refused to open his church to those hurricane victims." Now, because Joel Osteen lives there, he's got an idea, or he know what type of people that's in certain communities. So, being that he know or have an idea, he also have an idea and know of what might transpire if he opens his church to these people. And I really don't blame him, because in this video link, in this shelter, you will see a couple having sex with children, women, men, different hurricane victims, and they're right in the middle of an open bay having sex. I don't blame Joel Osteen for not opening his church. Now, he did it allegedly later on because of the pressure that he got on the internet. See, I don't believe in pressuring people into doing something that's not in their heart to do. And you have so many people now that's sitting in judgment of Joel Osteen by saying he's supposed to do it. That's what the church is there for. That's what the church is supposed to do. No, that is not what the church is supposed to do. That is not why the church is there. Yes, Jesus did feed the multitude, but he also let them know that there's people that's only following me because I'm feeding them. And he told his disciples that, listen, the poor you're going to always have with you, but you're not going to always have me. And this is when the disciples had the same mentality and mindset that a lot of people have now regarding this precious spikenard or oil that this prostitute was anointing his feet and wiping her hair. So his disciples decided to say, like, well, hey, we can sell this. She's wasting it on you, and we can sell it and feed the poor. It's amazing to me how people are always concerned about the poor when they see the poor, walk by the poor and the homeless every single day, have poor people and homeless people in their own family, among their own family members, but yet not lift a finger to help them, not willing to give a dime to help them, or even allow their own family members to stay in their own home, but yet they expect the church to open up and let all these people in. Now, the church is not a homeless shelter. The church is not social services. The church is not a hotel to house people that were victims in the hurricane. Now, if the churches decide to open their doors, that's good. That's cool. Brownie points. But you got this one dude that commented on my Facebook page and made the comment that the preacher's job is to convert people. So by opening a church and letting these people in, that he might have converted some. Now, my response to that is like, listen, if the church need to house you and put you up, give you a place to stay and feed you in order for you to believe in the Most High, then you really don't need it, because, why would you try to buy your way into heaven? Why would the church want to buy their way into heaven? So I think even when Joel Osteen decided to open his church, it was only because of the fact that he was under pressure, which I don't feel he should have done that. He should have stuck to his guns. Because people like this couple that was having sex in the shelter, I'm sure they would have had sex in the church. Now, I also hear too that Joel Osteen have armed security. I don't blame him because he know exactly what's in these neighborhoods because he lived there. Now, you saw my title. And I picked that title because I watched the video, which is the other video I'm going to place on the bottom, of this female that was speaking on religious institution. And the first thing she said when she started her video was, the reason why I don't go to church. And then she started listing all of these things or reasons on why she didn't go to church, and mainly because of the fact that the churches refused to pay her rent. Now, I'm not going to give the video away. I'm going to let you watch that video for yourself. And from watching a few of her videos on the same topic, I've come to the conclusion that this is a female that go from church to church trying to hustle churches. And you have people that hustle churches. Now, she mentioned her husband. And when she mentioned her husband, my mind went to, well, why hadn't your husband paid the rent? Why do you have to go to the church to get your rent paid? Now, a lot of things that she was saying to try to back up her claim about religions or the church, it was all hearsay because she was saying a lot of such and such told me this person told me this is what the other person says, this person said this. And see, this is why this lie spread so quickly regarding Joel Osteen, because word of mouth. Even after he opened this church, or allegedly opened his church, people are still speaking against Joel Osteen. And they're still saying that he refused to open his church. Like he's the only church that's in Texas. But you have so many people that hustle religion and hustle the churches. They feel because a mega church is a mega church, and even a church that's not considered a mega church, they feel because of the fact that the churches have money, they want to try to get a piece of that pie by hustling the church. Now, keep in mind, you have the Catholic Church, which is also a Christian church, and there's people that don't like to view the Catholic Church as a Christian church, but it is. That's where other churches rooted from, the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church is the mother church of Christianity. But the Catholic Church operates on donations. People donate cars, homes, money, food, clothing. Anything you think about, people donated to the Catholic Church. That's why the Catholic Church can do as much as they do. They have businesses set up in the name of the Catholic Church. Daycare centers. It's tax-free. And I'm sure that they're also receiving aid from the government. The Catholic Church is also run by the mafia, I believe. A lot of mafia is involved in the Catholic Church. So that's why the Catholic Church is able to give things away. But when crisis happened, like what happened in Texas, and there's another hurricane that's brewing up on the shores, that's headed in other directions, the thought comes to mind is, where is the tax dollars going? We pay taxes, right? So if a natural disaster happens, should not tax dollars take care of that? There's more money that's being sent over to other countries than here in America. Think of the money that Trump noticed that Obama gave to the Middle East. Just put a bunch of money on a plane and sent it overseas. But nobody's talking about that. So why do we pay taxes, and why do we pay for insurance? And according to the media, 80% of the people, of those victims, didn't have insurance. 80% of those flood victims did not have insurance. But what about the Red Cross and all of these other charitable donations that people make to different various organizations? Shouldn't they come forward and take care of that? Why do people still have to come out of their pockets to help support those hurricane victims over there? Now, if people choose to, that's a different story. But why are people being made to feel guilty if they don't reach in their pockets and help these hurricane victims? When we pay our taxes, we pay for insurance, people make donations to the Red Cross and all of these other charitable organizations, but yet people still, and now the gas prices are gone up, so we're still paying to help for these natural disasters over in Texas. But yet churches are being made to feel guilty because they choose not to open their doors to the same people that refuse to even donate when things are going well. Now, when churches ask for donations, people are quick to close their pockets up. They close their hands real tight and they talk about what the preacher has. The preacher's got a big house and he's got a big car and his family's doing well and he get to do this and he has this and he's a pimp in the pulpit, and therefore I'm not giving nothing to the church. As a matter of fact, I'm going to the club and I'm going to spend my money on booze. And I'm going to flaunt this booze on social media. I'm going to get on Facebook and hold up my liquor. Just show the world that I'm having a good time and the church ain't getting a penny. I'm not giving my money to them preachers over there. But yet, when natural disasters occur, people want the church to open the doors. And they want to talk about what the church's responsibility is. The church is supposed to open their doors and help people, help the poor, feed the poor and hungry. They need to take in hurricane victims, and they need to open their churches and turn it into a hotel or a shelter. But yet, you didn't want to donate to the church. As a matter of fact, you don't even believe in God. And will proudly say that God ain't real. Or you believe in a spook God. Or I don't believe in the Bible, it was plagiarized. All of the preachers are pimps in the pulpit. And some of you even go as far as saying that you believe in Satan. But yet, when natural disaster open, I don't see the satanic church open, is it? Has anybody seen the doors of a satanic church open, and have you seen any hurricane victims going up in a satanic church? Have you seen it? Now, there's videos that's circulating where everyday average citizens took pictures and videos of mainly black people that's in these areas where the hurricane hit. Instead of them trying to get to safety, they're breaking into business and looting, stealing stuff. So why would any church want those type of people in the church? Why would the church want to shelter criminals? Why would the church want to shelter those that commit crimes and evil and murder every single day of their life and curse the church? Why would the church shelter them? That's not why the church is there. Now, if churches decide to open their doors, that's a different story. They chose to do that. But if a person is going to turn to the Most High, it's not because somebody gave them something free or paid their rent. Now, like I mentioned in one of the videos that I'm going to post on the bottom, this woman was giving her reasons on why she don't believe in religions. But she says she believes in the Catholic Church. And she suggests that people go to the Catholic Church because the Catholic churches are the places she can go and they can just write out a check, give it to her without any questions asked. Just just pay her rent. She got a husband, but going to the church to have the church pay her rent. People hustle churches. They hustle religion. If they think churches got money or is considered a mega church, they try to find ways of getting that mega church or that ordinary church's money. I've seen cases, man, where pastors have helped people. The house caught on fire. Why did the house catch on fire? Because they were doing drugs. It's a drug house. Had children up in there and everything. So the pastor decided to let this woman and her children stay in one of his houses. He had his own little business on the side. Real estate. Until she was able to get on her feet. Well, he goes to the house to do some repairs, and what did he see? Seen the little drug dealers up in there. Carrying on with business as normal. But yet he opened the doors to one of his homes, gave this homeless person that was burnt out, it was in the news, about the fire and the children, she had no place to go. So she came to the church. And the church helped her. So he told her she had to go. Because he was not going to support that. She was not going to stay in that house and do what she's doing. That was why her first home burned down. So you got some very wicked and evil people out there. That means no one any good at all. When I sat there and watched those videos of these black folk going up in these stores and just looting, the first thought came to my mind, and I had even said, the Most High should send a hurricane through there and wipe them out. A lot of those hurricane victims need to be wiped out. Because when you can go up into a shelter and you having sex, the only thing is on your mind is sex with all the children and family members that's around. You having sex and you got people video recording you. I'm going to put that link on the bottom. You guys check it out. But when we see the type of nonsense that's happening, and I watched another video of this woman. She said that, you got people that don't want hurricane victims coming to their town. Because the last time, what was it, Hurricane Katrina, and a lot of them people were displaced, they brought all that hell with them to those towns that they were going to. They went into some nice homes. And they wrecked those homes. See, that's the mindset. So I don't think anything is really a coincidence. I think that whenever natural disasters happen, storms, such as these hurricanes, I think they are targeted storms. They're storms that's designed to target certain areas. Regardless if you believe the government or HAARP has a lot to do with it. Some people are saying that this is probably by design because this is their way of putting folk into concentration camps or FEMA camps. It could be. But I don't think anything is done coincidental. It could be all by design. It could be. Even if you watch a tornado and how a tornado operates, it's almost like it's got its own mind. Storms have eyes. They always talk about the eye of the storm or the eye of the tornado. So it's like they know exactly where they're going and what they're targeting. It's not by coincidence. And if you notice, the majority of the people that they're showing on the news that's stranded and that's dying are black people. See, black people make you not want to save them. And I'm not talking about the whole black population. I'm not talking about all black people. Just those people out there that's committing havoc in the world. Those same black people that destroy their neighborhoods and other people's neighborhoods. Those same black folks that take the lives of each other. Those same black females that abort their children. See, I think this is not by coincidence. This is a type of judgment. And what's interesting is, and I'll talk about this in another video, but in my video I made regarding the solar eclipse, and you can go back and check those videos out, I mentioned in that video that I sensed destruction coming. This is right before, maybe a day or two before the eclipse. I said I sense destruction happening. I'm going to end it right there because I don't want to tell or give too much away of my video I'm going to make on that topic. But you can go back and check out those videos I made regarding the solar eclipse and how I said that I felt and I sensed destruction coming, and this is it. And it's not over. Since that solar eclipse, strange things have been occurring. And trust me, even stranger things are on the horizon. And people still fail to repent. You don't want to hear it. When things are going well, you do not want to hear it. But you have people that's hustling churches. You have people that's hustling religions. And if they can't get nothing free, if you don't open your doors and let me in, then I don't believe in God. This is why I don't go to church. That's the excuses that people are using. Because you have churches that have waken up and they refuse to allow these damnable folks to hustle them. You want to try to hustle the church in Jesus' name. And once these churches shelter these hurricane victims, you don't hear nothing else from them. They start their lives someplace else or destroy other neighborhoods or bash the church. They continue bashing the church. and telling you how God don't exist. But yet, the minute disaster occurs, you want the church to help you. And you're quick to say, that's what you're supposed to do. No, the churches are not social service. The churches are not government. And people are quick for saying, I don't talk about religion or politics. You have to separate the church and the state. But yet, the church become political now. Or better yet, you become political regarding the church when you have situations where the churches refuse to open their doors. But yet, when everything is well, like I mentioned, no one wants to donate to the churches. You don't want to go near the church. Don't want to hear nothing the church has to say. In other words, give me what I want free, pay for my rent, my car payment, give me something to eat, give me a place to stay, but don't preach to me. And that's what this female said in the video. She said they want to preach to her. She even mentioned about how one church offered to get her a job. And in her mind, she felt the church was coming for 10%. Isn't that something? Even if that was the case, they helped you get a job. They got you a job and you can't even pay 10% to the church. But yet you make a video about how the churches are supposed to do X, Y, and Z, and they're not paying your rent without wanting something in return. Sometimes it's very simple. Come and volunteer at the church. But yet, you don't want to do that because you want something for free because you feel that's what the church is supposed to do. That is not what the church is supposed to do. That's not the job of the church. You pay your tax. You pay taxes. You pay for insurance. If you made donations to charitable organizations, those are the people that's supposed to come to your aid. People should not have to come out of their pockets unless they choose to help these hurricane victims. And now this is a great opportunity for these more charitable organizations to come into operation and for them to say make donations to get more money. But how much of that money is actually going to these hurricane victims? Just think about that. If you got all these people that's sending in money, where's all that money going to? And why are the gas prices going up? They're still making us pay for what happened over in Texas. Isn't that something? Right? So you want to bash the churches, but you don't want to talk about what your government is doing. You don't want to talk about the nonsense that these criminals are doing in the midst of the hurricane. Instead of trying to get to safety, they're out there looting and stealing. Those are the ones that hurricanes you should just leave there. Leave them there. Let them perish. That's probably why that hurricane was sent in that direction. And if you displace those people, put them in other neighborhoods, in other towns and cities, guess what? That destruction is going to follow. I'm going to make a video on that. Because you cannot run from judgment. If judgment is on your trail, you cannot run from it. Because when you run up into somebody else's home or somebody else's church, guess what? That destruction is coming there to you. I'm going to make another video on that. That's interesting. Think about Jonah. And I'm going to end this video. I'm trying to end it. Jonah. You can go back and read the book of Jonah in the Bible. And it talks about how Jonah was running from God. And he ran up in his ship. And next thing you know, a big storm happened and occurred and whatnot. So the people were trying to figure out on the ship, why is this happening? And they asked, I'm not even going to tell the story. I'm gonna tell it in another video. But they end up throwing Jonah overboard. They threw him overboard so that the storm would stop. And that's when that whale swallowed Jonah. Jonah ended up in the belly of the whale because them people, he hid himself on that ship. And next thing you know, see, God got a way of finding you. See, when you do evil and wicked in the world, God has a way of finding you. So you do things in the dark and you think you're getting away with it. But then when those tempests come, when that storm comes, that storm of life, those natural disasters that send floods your way, and you try to hide, the Most High have a way of finding you. So anyway, I'm going to end it right there. Feedback, tell me what you think, subscribe. Check out these 2 links I put on the bottom. If you want to click on the PayPal link to donate to this channel, you can do that, right? If you choose not to donate, don't ever ask me to donate to your cause. Because you got people that always want to post things on social media talking about, help me with this and help me donate here, or this person got killed and here's a Patreon and come and help me because I lost a family member and I had no insurance. They want you to help them, but they don't want to help you. So my PayPal link is on the bottom. You guys can donate to this channel if you feel free to do so. If not, c'est la vie. Subscribe. Until next time, I'm fearless.